Hey guys, for those of you that haven't followed my previous videos, this is my journey to trying to figure out how to repair the power rear shade that's not going up all the way. So I've got multiple projects going. My steering wheel and gear shift knob is all worn out on my Murano, so I'm gonna try to fix that. My wife has scratches on both sides of the bumper on the rear. I'm gonna try to fix that. I'm gonna try to revive the dead iPhone. And recently I had an overheat on my Murano. I'm gonna do 3-day deep cleaning and flushing of my Murano's coolant. If you haven't already, please go watch my earlier videos on how to remove the rear seat bottom, rear seat back, side trims around the door, and the side garnishes towards the rear deck, and how to remove the rear deck. Optionally, you can also remove the subwoofer and remove the third brake light, and also remove the back side of the rear deck, and finally the power rear shade. Rear shade was in a real tight space to capture any good recording, so I want to show you clearly where all the bolts were. You got a bolt here. These are all 10 millimeter, by the way, okay? So you got one here, one there, okay? And same thing on this end here. Got one there, okay? When I saw one of the pictures, I thought you had to remove this, but that's not the one. It's the one that's hiding in the back, okay? So you got 5 bolts. They're all 10 millimeters. This one is still hanging in there. It didn't completely come out. I was trying to take it out completely. That's why I was unscrewing it forever. Then I realized once I felt it was loosened, I just lift up on it, right? But the other adapter that's going, connector that's going in here, right about here, there's a little push tab that you can push down on, okay? So push down on it while you're pulling it out. So pardon my pajama here. This is weekend, my relaxing time. So to take off the cover, if you look here, there's a tab that's sticking out that way, okay? So if you push in the side of the body and pull it out, lift it up, looks like it's coming out. So okay, so I found a better trick. If you stick a screwdriver in here and then push it that way, right? So you gotta go straight in, and then you tilt the screwdriver this way. Now you gotta remove 5 Phillips head screws. There's a 6th one, but it's underneath one of the metal arms. So we'll get to that a little bit later. My wife says she wants to eat cake. She wants to give me cushion. That's Lucy. Lucy likes cake. Now you flip the rear shade, and there are 3 more Phillips head screws on the bottom of the gearbox. Now the gearbox wouldn't come out because you got this metal arms that's held down by this strange clip on the top. If you know how to remove one of those without breaking it, give it a shot, but we're gonna take a different route. Okay, so I'm back at looking at my power rear shade, trying to figure out how I can open this black box here. I'm not sure how to get to it. I took off the screws and I took off the nut here. So seems like if I pop this out, it might work, but that's kind of on a permanent, well, semi-permanent little clip that's holding on to that one. So I saw some pictures on the internet where guys have gotten to this box and this piece was still intact. So I'm gonna try to remove this. This is the 10mm here. I loosened it already. Interesting. So, okay, so it looks like that might come out. Let me get this. Interesting. Actually, this one had a whole bunch. Oh, I just didn't take out enough. Wow, I'm surprised. There's actually 5 washers, and the way I felt it was that the side that's protruding up was on the upside, not the other way. Anyway, so I see. So first one is thick, second is thin, third one is thick, thin, thick. Okay, so they're alternating. Oh, look at that. So this came out of the hole. I see. So it looks like this is to protect the bolt, the threads. Sorry for the camera shaking on us. I'm trying to hold this while doing it. I should let it sit. So this one should have a couple more washers in here. Interesting. This one came out, okay. And then the silver piece, the bottom one has a little bit of lip, bottom side. Top doesn't. Okay, so inside there's a white plastic washer. Same here. Okay, so I got that out. Okay, so popping this out of here and pulling it down a little bit finally exposes this one more screw that was hiding underneath. So I loosened it. It's a Phillips head. Okay, now I think here it's holding this. So guys, trying to figure out how to take out this black plastic box, and I thought I have to pop up this kind of a clip that's holding up to the pin. So I was prying I got one of these, and I was prying up here, and then this thing just kind of popped out like this. Oh my gosh. Okay, that doesn't want to come out. Let me just disconnect this. Okay. Okay, let me look at the other side. Oh, holy crap. What's that? This came out of somewhere. And I don't know where it came from. Maybe here? Fits there. I'm not sure. Okay guys, you're seeing this for the first time along with me. Ooh. So the gears are all good here. And then, damn it, there's one. This one is broken. Oh my god. Bad design. And this gear is actually quite thick. This is almost 3/8, maybe almost half-inch thick. And this looks like 1 3/4 or almost 2 inches wide. And this here is one piece. In fact, this, including this bolt, weird bolt shape, is all one piece. It's gonna be impossible to find one of these in the market unless you get it custom made, and that's not gonna be cheap. Let me see if I can find the that broken piece. I found the, I don't know if you can see, I found the broken piece. That doesn't look too, I feel like I can break this. That doesn't look too strong. All right, I don't want to lose it. I'm gonna put it back here for now. Hold on. I see something sticking in. Oh, I found another piece in there. Here's the big chunk of that gear tooth that broke off. It was actually stuck inside of this other gear. Actually, I'm seeing broken metal pieces everywhere. I'm slightly confident that I'm gonna clean up a little bit and apply the grease a little bit better. This actually might work. I did find I called around, I couldn't find any vendor that's willing to make one gear. I did find one vendor down in Florida. He's willing to make one, but of course he wants me to send the whole assembly, right? This whole unit here, so he can. I don't know what he does to make it, but it's expensive. You know, it's in several hundreds of dollars. So I don't know if it's worth doing that. And I don't want to go to junkyard and get a used part. I mean, he's not gonna sell me just this. He's gonna try to sell the whole thing, and until I buy it and take it apart, yeah, I don't know what the condition of the gear is either. Knowing that many of us are having the same, the broken gear issue, I started to look for a vendor that can actually make a small quantity. So I found a place down in Florida. We exchanged some emails and ended up talking on the phone. Based on the pictures, it was giving me a rough estimate of around $450 for one, and you know the price will go down, and you know if we can actually do 100, then it may go down to 200 something ish range. So I looked for another vendor that's potentially near my house, and I found one, and I met a really nice gentleman. He's the owner, and took my part down there, and I got the quote. As you can see, it's not cheap. You know, you see the quantities of 1 through 100. So, I mean, even at 100, it's still $200. So I don't think that's a route that we can go. Okay, back to the repair. If you want to take off the gearbox cover, to maybe make it easier to clean, and if you're gonna do something that's different than what I'm doing, you can use a screwdriver and just pull off those two wires. Okay, then that'll completely detach the cover from the base. So actually, this is not the right location where it's gonna sit. I'll have to figure that out, but right now the purpose is I'm slightly confident that if I clean this gears tooth, this might actually work. What happened was, before, there was parts of gear that were lodged and that were stuck inside of the smaller gear here, and I took that out. Now, can you imagine if this gear is trying to turn and there's something in there, it can't turn. So I think, and because the broken tooth is almost at the end, there's only two more teeth after that, I'm thinking this. I'm thinking the momentum at its at which it's spinning this way, right? And since it's not going up all the way, I would imagine if it goes all the way to the end, that's the top. Okay, so I think the momentum of the gear turning, even if it's partially broken here, I think it will turn. I don't know how long it would last, but I think it will turn. So what I'm gonna do is, wait, let me adjust my shade. I'm getting a lot of sunlight now. So I'm gonna clean all the teeth, and clean out any debris inside here and in all the teeth mark here. Check it thoroughly, and then luckily there's some grease that's left over here, so I'm gonna apply that here, okay, all throughout all the teeth, and then I'm gonna assemble it back and give it a try. So I got one of these plastic toothpick. This one's really good because it's got kind of the ridge edge, and then it's got the sharp pointed edge. So it's okay if I leave the grease in there, but I just want to make sure that there's no broken metal that's stuck in there. So I'm gonna go through all of them and make sure. Okay, so this one's good. And there's nothing on this side. I had 3 broken pieces. I lost one, so let me actually take that out now. I don't need that anymore. On the internet, I saw somebody said they were able to glue this back in. That's a near magician level work. I'm not that finesse, so I'm not even gonna try to do that. So I think I got all the broken pieces out. So let me get some grease on here. Toyota and Lexus, as most of you already know, I mean, they're one of the most reliable cars. So I'm very surprised that they made this gear that is so fragile. I wish they would just sell replacement gear. You know, if I'm willing to pay 20 bucks, you know, maybe even up to 50 bucks, but certainly not 400 or 700 for one gear. One more thing. When I was at the shop and he was taking a look at all the gear assembly and trying to make an estimate, this thing dropped on the floor, and we were trying to figure out where they came from. And remember when you put the power rear shade upside down, there were 3 screws you had to take out, and that's this one here and one here. And if you look in there, they all have this nut except one over here. So I think this one came out of here. Okay, so I greased up as much as I can, and then I just noticed it was kind of covered by grease, so I couldn't see well, but I just noticed that this bottom piece here also has a gear teeth in there. So just make sure nothing is embedded in there, because you know, my speculation is it wasn't so much the broken tooth of this gear, but the fact that the broken pieces were wedged inside the gear was what was actually causing the bigger problem. Okay, I mean, until I put this back in, I won't know if the one broken tooth is actually gonna be okay. But I know definitely having a large gear broken piece wedged in the gear will prevent gear from turning. Okay, so check all the teeth mark here, make sure there's nothing lodged in there, but I think the important one is between this and the other gear that mates with this. So I'm gonna basically reverse what I've done so far. I may not have video for all of it, so I'm gonna get this cover back on, but the challenge is trying to figure out exactly, because this has to be placed in with the gear wedged in to the other gear, you know, mated. So I'm not exactly sure what position it has to be. Okay, according to the video, it looks like, you know, roughly about here or so, but I'm not sure if the accuracy matters, or I don't know if the gear has a way to, you know, resense and reset. Otherwise, if I don't get this accurately, I'm gonna have to reassemble everything, install it, try it, doesn't work, I'm gonna have to take it all out again and mess with the gear position. So this is kind of critical to get this accurate. Otherwise, you know, it's a lot of work just to reset the gear to the right position. Okay, so hopefully when you're doing this, before you just take this out, maybe mark it, you know, however you mark it, because remember I had to kind of bang on this to get it out. When you disassemble it, maybe you can mark the positions either, you know, on the cover or somewhere, so that you have a clear view of it. I regret not doing that. Okay, one other thing, my goodness, I wished I had a video like this to watch. Look at the bottom gear. Okay, so obviously when it's going up and down, that the bottom gear is designed to, you know, switch. I don't know what that means right now, but I think that may become important in terms of, like I said, how I position this gear before I reassemble it. Okay, so I looked at the video, and this last tooth here is slightly inside to this right here. It was about a gap between two teeth. So I think it's gonna be very close to this position here. But I gotta first connect these two wires before I can actually close this. So I had to actually go check the video as to which color wire came out of which size. So this is one of the reasons why I take a very close video shot of everything. Okay, so I got the wires connected. I had to actually lift up the motor up a bit to make room, because otherwise there's no room to push that back in. So I had to lift up one side at a time to get that connected in. The gear keeps moving on me, so I'm trying to secure it a little bit, but I can't secure it too tight, because I don't know if the gear is gonna line up with the other one, so it has to have a little bit of flexibility, but I just don't want it to move around too much. So I'm gonna tape it down a little bit. It's gonna help to secure a little bit, I hope. The other thing that I don't know is this one came out when I was disassembling. This must have been held down to the top because I didn't see it on the bottom one until I banged on this to loosen it. So I think this round thing here actually fits in here. It must be in at the top position. Let's see if it fits in there. Oh, it does. Okay. I think that goes in there. And actually, let me see. Maybe I have to go, in order to minimize the gear from moving. Maybe I have to go this way. Okay, so the gear's not lined up, so it's not going in. Wow. I'm not sure if it's in 100% correct place, but we'll see. We'll give it a try. Okay. Sorry I didn't show you the screw size, but you can go back to the earlier video. These are 6 matching size Phillips head screws. So I just put those back in. What I did was I did this one, and then this, and then the one inside. I just make sure the holes are lining up okay, and that one through the rest. Okay, I'm gonna connect this back, but looks like I put some grease on here. Okay, so before this connector wouldn't come far enough for me to connect, and it turns out it was this black wire that was kind of stuck inside. I didn't want to take off all the screws, so I pulled on the wire a little bit, and I got maybe another 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch to come out, and that was enough to push this in. So when you guys do this, just make sure the wire is pulled out a little bit, okay? Hopefully by pulling on it, I just pulled on it gently and it came out, so hopefully I didn't disconnect something inside. I'm glad I took videos of everything because there's so many parts that came out. It's hard to remember what came out where. So I had to go back to the video multiple times. So by the way, wear gloves. The bottom of this metal it's on a kind of pretty strong spring, so you could, there's a lot of force there, so you could easily cut yourself. So I actually have a second glove, but for right now I'm putting this in, but whenever I'm touching this, I'm using gloves. So that goes on the bottom. Okay, so what I did was this. I just pulled it out, okay? Pulled it out, and so I can get this in here. It looks like it fits right into that white thick washer, plastic washer, okay? And then, wow, I didn't realize there was one more washer here. So maybe there's a total of 6 on each side, and maybe it starts, this one looks like a thin one, so maybe it starts with thin instead. So there. Okay, so that's easier to do that way. All right, let me see if there's actually 12 washers. I'll be darned. There are actually total 12 washers, 6 on each side. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen 6 washers going in before a nut. And some of them is kind of warped a little bit, so maybe it's designed to kind of keep it tight. Here you're gonna have to kind of pull on it that way. Okay, so make sure you wear gloves. I can feel this can easily cut your finger. Wow, I feel so lucky. I got it all the way into that silver piece in there. Wow, amazing. Actually, I'm not gonna put the washers yet. I'm just gonna put the nut here just to hold it, because I gotta confirm that the middle piece will go in. I might have to disconnect this to get the middle piece in there, so just want to keep that in place so it doesn't pop out. Okay, this piece, if you saw the earlier video, I was kind of prying up on it when it just kind of popped out. So if you look at this gear, this bolt here, it's not perfectly round. There's a too flat size, and even here it's that way, so it's only gonna fit in a certain location. So I think the position of the gear when I put it in earlier is very important. Okay, so that's in. Oh, I heard something snap into its place. Let me see the 3 screws on the other side. I heard something drop. Let me see if the 3 screw holes line up. They do line up. Okay, so the holes I'm talking about is this, and one up here. So let me By the way, the bottom one came with this blue tape or something, maybe a thread, 3 colors. I'm going to tighten and keep the screws in more tighter. Thread locker, I forget what they're called, thread locks. Okay, I'm not going super tight on these, okay? I'm just make sure they're snugly tight. Okay? They're tight against the plastic, so I don't want to over tighten it and break it. Remember, this is the 5th bolt that doesn't come out when you take out the rear shade, and it's because there's a washer that's holding it. Okay, let's put it back this way. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, it'll just push, snap in, and this, I think this is the only black screw, small one that came out. This one goes here. It's not hard because I'm looking at everything through the camera, so. My wife again. She likes to be in my video. Okay, get the washer in, get the nut in. Okay, I didn't tighten this. I'm only tightening everything with hands so far, the nuts. Just kind of alternate thick and thin. I don't have torque for this, so I wonder if I make it too tight, it's gonna hamper the arm from turning. So, in fact, I know if I tighten this too much, I'm gonna prevent this from rotating. But I don't want this to pop out, so I'm applying maybe about 20 pounds of pressure. I'll go with that for now. I'm too lazy to go out to the garage to get the socket, so let me see if I just tighten this with this crescent wrench. I don't know what size this is because I'm tightening with the crescent wrench. Look at this, guys. Look at all the things torn apart here. I'm eager to get my rear shade put back and give it a shot today. Okay, so this is in the back rear window. Right now, I don't have any issues with my tweeter, but for those of you that needs to work on the tweeter, just want to give you a video shot of it. Okay, so there's a tweeter there, and there's another one there. Okay, so the bolt holes are lining up. Remember, there were 5 bolts, and they're not quite lining up. Okay, so in order to be able to remove this back piece, I had to pull this out of here. Okay, you just pull back on this 2 tabs and then just lift it up. I already disconnected this when I took off the top of the brake light, and then here same thing, just these 2 tabs just pull apart and then pull this out, and then this right here, just gonna squeeze this and then pull that out, and I think these 2 wires will come out from the bottom, and then I can remove it. Okay, so I got the 2 wires pulled out, so now this top piece is completely disconnected. In order to do that, I had to lift up on this thing. Oh, that comes out too. Okay, so this is loose. I was hoping today would be a reassembly day, but I have to start with disassembly first, so I'm gonna get this out. Just checking out the condition of the tweeter. It looks okay. There's a lot of dust built up. This kind of a sponge-like foam is kind of wearing out, but the main part of the speaker seems okay, and same there. You gotta keep the wiring harness above the rear shade. Okay. Okay, I can see the holes are lining up. The key is, remember that 5th bolt that wouldn't come out? So the key is lining that up first, because once you get that middle bolt that didn't come out, once you get that into the hole, it seems all the other holes just kind of lined up. Okay, guys, I thought I was recording, but it wasn't. So I got it put back. The key was I struggled a little bit to get it lined up, and it turned out the key was that middle bolt that's way back here that doesn't come out all the way. You got to get that lined into the hole and drop that in first. That's the key. Okay, once that goes in there, then rest of the holes line up, and I already hand tightened the 2 10mm bolts on each side, so it's secured. Gosh, I'm a little bit scared, and don't forget to connect the wires. And also, when you put this rear shade in, make sure this wiring harness is above it. You don't don't put it underneath the shade, then you'll have to do it again. So, and the wiring is connected. So I'm both scared and excited at the same time. So, all right, let me go give it a try. Oh my gosh, that's been a lot of work. I hope it works. Hopefully this works. Here we go, folks. Cross your fingers. Go, 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 go! Yeah! Oh my God! Oh! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I can't believe it! Oh my God! Look at my car in my house is filled with everything that I've taken apart, and you know, I've been driving around like this sometimes, so I'm dying to get this reassembled. Oh my gosh, you guys don't know how happy I am today.